Hello, good morning. I'm Deirdre Online, and thank you so much for coming and being with me this morning. This month is our month of love, but I would like for us to first start today with a prayer for all of those in Florida, the victims, the families, the entire situation. I really think also of our country as we go through these painful, terrifying experiences with violence. I'd really like for us to dedicate our prayer to end the violence in our country. Now, I know many of you are not in our country, so I thank you for praying for our country. So let's just start this morning with our prayer. Remember, when we call the light in before our prayer becomes very, very powerful. So imagine above your head is a white orb of light. And this orb of light pours over your face, over your shoulders, over your heart, down into your feet. As this orb of light pours into your body, filling your body with white light, opening the central pillar of your being. We anchor this light, our presence, into the earth. And now we pray. As we are the light of creation, as the light is pure love, pure creation, we send our light, we radiate this light in radiance to all families, victims, community in Florida and all neighborhoods in America that schools are safe, children are safe, families are safe, communities are safe. As we share our heartfelt connection, knowing that we all live here on a small island. So we must care for each other, find kindness, and most important, begin to see one another again. We send our prayers. The healing warmth, the healing of hearts, the healing of the emotional body, as we send the divine light of divine resilience, strength of healing. Together, we are the healers of each other. Okay, very good. So, thank you. Divine romance. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I hope you all got a chance to read the prayer that was given to me. Now, this prayer was given to me by the archangels. And they said, say this prayer, your beloved will come. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to have a beloved, but I said, okay. And I said this prayer for 2 months, and then that's exactly what happened. And my now husband, Will Lawrence, came into my life right after that. So for all of you looking for that special someone, the prayer works. Use it. So divine romance, what does that really mean? our deepest longing is that we find the other half of ourselves. And what I mean by that is that we here in this world are one aspect. And then we have these multidimensional aspects. But let's just consolidate it and say we have one other aspect. And that other aspect is who we are that lives in the worlds of light, that lives in pure love, heaven, that's what you want to call it. And we here in this reality are always longing for this other half of ourself. The bridging of the two worlds coming together. And this deep longing, of course, we experience through wanting romance and divine love in our life, wanting to have a partner, a marriage, a companion, the beloved, someone to love and someone who will love us. And being the very deepest part of our desire, when we find this, we are actually in a kind of service to healing the tear in the fabric of reality. The fabric being this reality we see, this materialistic reality we're looking at, and the world of light, or the world of Plato's ideals, if you talk about Plato. So when we come together in the beloved and the beloved, when we actually find that sweet love with another person, that spiritual light, that deep romantic love actually heals the veil between the two worlds, between the mystery and between our world. Now, if you're wondering where I got this whole piece of information, I will tell you, yes, I did get it in my meditations, but also, more importantly, this is from the Kabbalah. And the Kabbalah, which I have studied for over 20 years and have been teaching from, is a powerful, powerful book, or books of wisdom and knowledge on the mysteries of life, or the mystical of life. And when I read that, I said, that makes perfect sense, that we have these two worlds, and that when we, two people together, whether, I don't feel like it's gender specific, but a man, woman, or however one wants to identify themselves with, that love, that state of coming together, that union merges and heals the split between our world and the world of light. And why do you think that part of our purpose is to heal this? And why is this longing so deep? The longing is so deep because, as being an individual, but part of the whole, the one, our deepest longing of the one soul of humanity, is to merge, is to become one with the mystical, our spiritual self, the beloved. So this deep longing has a purpose. It has a purpose, yes, to bring us pleasure, make us happy. We love being in love. It's so juicy. But it also has a greater purpose, and that is healing the veils between this world and the other world. And right now, you're in luck, because the energy that's in the planet right now is to set up the beloved and the beloved. I have had so many friends who said, oh my gosh, my high school sweetheart came back in my life. I can't believe it. Many other people, I just met this person. So right now, for the next 6 months, we have an energetic window that's open for souls, like soul partners, twin flames, your beloved. the universe has lined up the matrix for you to find this person. So know that when you find this person, that you're actually healing our world. You're bringing our world together. How do we find this divine romance? Where is it? Like, how do we get there when we're not feeling anything? So your soul, which lives in this divine romance, is a sensory being, meaning it senses the bhakti, the energy of life. The soul loves this. The soul wants to have this. And this is why it takes a little ritual like lighting a candle, putting some flowers up, laying out some crystals. It takes a ritual to create that space of divine romance. It takes attention. It takes an offering of devotion. In the ancient traditions, it's all about devotion. And here in the 21st century, we don't really talk about devotion. It's not a word that is floating around much. But when you think of love, your ability to be in devotion to that which you love is the ability to then receive the great power of the love of the beloved. And so when you create a space, a ritual, and that's what Valentine's Day, that's what we do, or we want to do, or we try to do. Maybe it doesn't work out the way we plan, but we try to do that. But you can always create this sacred space by your attention, by placing your attention on aromatherapy, or, as I said, the flowers, the candles. Because what that does is it ignites your soul. It ignites the light of your soul so that your soul says, oh, I want to be fully active, fully alive, fully participating in this experience. And a boost of energy comes through you. And when that boost of energy comes through you, it's like a beacon. It's like going boop, boop, boop. And that beacon goes out into the airwaves and literally calls in your beloved. Because thought is a frequency of a kind of math that even the greatest mathematicians can't wrap their mind around. Each thought that you have is a code. And when you send out the code of my beloved, where are you? Your beloved's code that matches yours starts to find yours. Now, I know that this is hard to explain because the mystical world is very hard to explain. But so is physics right now, so I'm feeling good about that. But this code of your thought, of your creating a space of divine romance in your life for you to just simply to experience it, just to simply experience that devotion to all that is to love. When you put that intention out, a thought, a very powerful thought, because now your soul has been ignited, a very powerful thought calling for your beloved goes out. It is a code. And there is another code out there from a person that's been looking for your thought. And what happens when two powerful thoughts meet, well, this goes into the law of attraction, though I'll explain it a little differently. When two thoughts meet, they begin to, believe it or not, this is how powerful they are, they begin to inform the matrix of this world. They begin to shift time and space so that their purpose is actualized. And when that happens, that's when you bump into the person you haven't seen in 30 years. You get a letter, some synchronicity that just could not ever happen. You know, we've all had that. When that happens, that's when your code, your soul, your song has reached your beloved, and your beloved's song has reached yours. So it's very, very possible. And I want to encourage everyone to reach out for their beloved. Now, what if you're already in a relationship? What if this is but maybe your relationship has gotten kind of dry. Maybe it just doesn't have the romance you want. This is also, you can do the very same thing even when you have a husband in the next room or the same room. You create, or your wife, or it doesn't matter. You create that sacred space of devotion, that space of beauty, that space of scent, that space of mindfulness where you sit and you go, okay, now I'm at peace. Now there's an order in the universe. And then approach everything and everyone with that devotion, with that kind of service. And what will happen is the hearts around you will open, and the hearts of your partner. And then the magic will come and the romance comes. It's like a flower that just opens. You know, we can't pull a flower before it's time, the flower will break. But with the right warmth, the right amount of sun, the flower opens. And that's the way divine romance is, and we can create it wherever we want. We can create that with friends. I've even seen that happen in boardrooms, and it's amazing how all of a sudden everybody gets along and work gets done faster when everybody just relaxes into that other state. Because when we're in that divine romance, when we're in that devotion, the ego has to drop away, and we are vulnerable. And when we're vulnerable, we are real. And that's what we're all looking for, isn't it? From boardrooms, businesses, cubicles, to farmers, dancers, writers, artists, we are all now wanting to have this deep connection that is our soul's desire. Next, I'm just getting some messages right now, excuse me. Next week, we're going to complete the work of how to heal the heart, how to keep that energy, that pure flow is outlined by Archangel Ariel in Healing the Four Chambers of the Heart, which is my offering this month, and it's right there on my website and on my Facebook page. So next week we're going to be finishing up working with that, with the energy of healing our heart. I hope that all the steps that we've gone over help you, and we'll go over them again next week. I'm going to be in Fort Lauderdale. St. Petersburg. I'm going to be in St. Petersburg with Temple Hayes at her Unity on February 25th. All of you that are there, I hope I get to see you. So let's just take a moment. Thank you for being with me this morning as we talked about divine romance. And let us close again with a prayer for what has just happened in our country, this painful tragedy of another shooting. So let us close again with our prayer. Okay, this is the sacred bowl, which is emerald and is of the heart of Mother. So I'll just play it for a minute as we send our prayers to close. hearts, their bodies, their minds, to heal the disconnection, to bring together all of our family in understanding, wisdom, and love. We send our prayer, a great angel, the angel of devotion, the angel devoted to every soul in our country, our world. Amen. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Namaste. Shalom. We'll see you next week.